expecting to sweep the first round, that's for sure. I don't think anybody expects to sweep in the UAAP, but we were very happy to get off to a 6-0 start, and it gave us a little bit of leeway going into the second round. In the second round, the games became a little bit more difficult because after our 8th game, we qualified for one of the top 2 slots already, and we still had 4 more games to play. The games were very difficult down the stretch for us. 1, getting motivated, but despite the fact that we had already qualified, and 2, going up against some of the top teams who still were battling for spots.
Taking down the loose ball, setting up Escueta.
Our leading scorer, he's our second leading rebounder and also our leader in assists. So he's really the heart of our team.
Here comes Mackey, putting up speed, turning up the...
Mackey was our leading assist guy along with JC, and also was able to score in double figures. So he had a breakout year as far as his position was concerned, and he answered a lot of questions as far as who was going to step up in the leadership role.
Fight here at the Big Dome. Kramer with a long ball.
In addition to Mackey and JC, probably Doug Kramer, our leading rebounder, our best post defender, really our muscle man in the middle, the guy that has the responsibility of really guarding the toughest big man on the other side. His game has really gone way, way up, and I think he has a bright future in the game.
Chris Shu from the corner, yes!
He's by far our best three-point shooter. He's a clutch shooter, and he's a pretty good defender, too.
Bagong dating ako rito, ang in-emphasize ko is ipasok sa mga bata yung winning attitude. Sabi ko sa kanila, tayo kasi kahit sinong tao natin, may ups and downs yan. Nananalo, natatalo. Nung first round, up to yung first game namin na second round, all-end-up kami, 2-5 kami, huling-huli kami. Destiny siguro ng UST, papunta sa finals.
Juan setting up Cruz, Cruz puts it up and in!
Jerby Cruz, siya lang ang pinaka-consistent sa amin. Double-double, inside player. Ngayon, meron na siyang perimeter, kaya medyo mahirap ng pigilan.
Jerby Cruz is attacking. The jumper for the wing.
Inside player, exceptional perimeter siya.
Twice to beat advantage. It all boils down to your knockout Thursday.
All-around player. Good ball handler, outside shooter.
For the Red Warriors. Who is everybody's...
Go-to guy namin yun. Penetrator, outside shot, good defender. Promising, and then sixth man namin. One of the best guards sa UAAP ngayon. In terms of assists and defending. Grabe, magaling.
We know how they beat us, and we know what weaknesses they exploited to be able to come out with victories against us.
Yung pagdating ng championship, labanan na to. Laban na kami dyan. Kahit ano laban, laban kami.
And here's the entrance of the colors of the University of Santo Tomas and the Ateneo de Manila University. the USD Growling Tigers.
Ba't magpapaka-hassle? May madali naman. Ba't mas mabagal kung may mabilis? Dahil ngayon, there's new Vector Plus mula sa Gillette. Angat sa mga traditional na razors. Kasi ang Vector Plus, may dalawang blades at pivoting head. Kaya sa bawat hagod, doble ang ahit. May push clean button pa. Wala nang mess. Subukan na kung gaano kadali mag-ahit with new Vector Plus mula sa Gillette. Gillette Vector Plus. Now 30% off. May money back guarantee pa.
A cup in hand, you know it's worth your while. A cup in hand, will you just stay for a while?
One perfect mix of Nescafe, Coffee Mate, and sugar. One more reason to get together.
A cup in hand, let's all hang out for a while.
My Nescafe 3-in-1 pa kayo?
Let minutes turn to moments. Yeah, let's mix, let's talk. One moment, one Nescafe.
How far can you go with one full tank of Petron Extra Unleaded? In the Petron Extra Mile Challenge, Team Zyko Himanos set a new record of 1,400 kilometers, leaving the old record far behind.
Record ni Pocholo na break na.
With Petron Extra Unleaded, go for the extra miles. It's time you set your own record.
Go for hot hoop action at the UAAP Games with Petron Extra Unleaded. Go for the extra miles.
Welcome to the series that will culminate one of the most competitive seasons of the UAAP in recent years. Two teams taking different paths to this final stage. Now for the Ateneo Blue Eagles, anything less than a finals appearance would be a failure. And now anything less than a championship trophy would be a disappointment. For the USD Growling Tigers, anything better than a 4-10 record would already be a successful season. Now they're living a dream and continuing to send shockwaves to the UAAP community as they continue to slay giants here in this tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now here, the finals for the 69th season of the UAAP, and we all converged at this historic venue called the Big Dome. It is the Ateneo Blue Eagles versus the USD Growling Tigers for game number 1 of your best-of-3 series for the UAAP Championship Trophy. This is your main event for your Sunday showdown. I'm Boom Gonzalez together with DJ Manotok. DJ, if at the start of the season I asked you and gave you 3 chances to predict who will end up in the finals, would you been able to get the 3 chances or 3 guesses?
Well, no one would have predicted USC to go this far. In fact, it was Coach Pido himself who reminded everybody after they won the Final Four, hey, we finished dead last in the first round, 2-5, and everybody already wrote them off of even making the Final Four. So much more, making it here to the finals. And for him, he feels it is their destiny. We will find out today if they can take that one step forward, the new destiny that the whole USD wants back. And for Ateneo, it's about time they feel that Coach Donald Black will bring them back to the championship.
That's right. They have so far risen to the expectations of the whole Ateneo community. Let's see if they get over the hump and win it all. And it starts today. And today, TJ, let's talk about these two teams. But the wonderful thing about this matchup is we will break down the matchups between these two teams of Ateneo and USD. Let's start with the incredible backcourt lineup for both Ateneo and USD. TJ, here we go.
Well, looking at the guards that you got for both these teams, of course, kicking it off with the guards of Ateneo, you've got Escalona, Chris Chu, and Eric Salamat. These guys have been very, very steady.
From the corner,
for Coach Norman Black. And more than that, they've been able to deliver in crunch time. Chris Chu, in particular, has had the guts to take the big shots, and he has made them. Macias Calona continues to show the stability, and he is number 2 in assists. To this guy, Japs Kuan, who's the number 1 guy in assists in the whole league, together with Jojo Duncil, an explosive scorer for UST. And of course, another guard there, June Cortez. Looking at their numbers, it's very impressive numbers there for Escalona and Chu, both in double digits. For Duncil, he is the only one in double digits in terms of the guards, but you cannot count the contributions of Japs Kuan out of the equation. He is such an explosive player. He can drive, he can spin, he loves to spin, then give those drop passes to his teammates. X factors, I think, between these batches of guards. I think Chris Chu will have to take some big shots. When Intal and Kramer will be checked, when they'll be double teamed, when the defense will sag, he will have to hit those threes. Duncil will have to create along with Japs Kuan, find the seams in the defense, and find their big men, in particular, Jervy Cruz.
All right, you talked about Intal and Kramer. Here we go. Let's move on to the forward matchup between these two teams. And I'm sure it'll be equally exciting, DJ.
Absolutely. Arguably the best forward tandem in the league today. Intal and Kramer really bringing the roaring Ateneo Blue Eagles straight to the finals here. They wanted to sweep, of course, they didn't get it, but look at the way Intal and Kramer both arguably having MVP-like seasons. And for USC, you've got Espiritu, Evangelista, and Dylan Ababu. Of course, also there is Zion Later for Ateneo. And this is a very interesting matchup, to say the least, because these 3 guys for UST, they are big. Espiritu is 6'4", 6'5", same with Ababu. And in fact, Evangelista is only about 6'2", 6'3", but he plays like he's 6'5". These guys create mismatches depending on who's guarding them. Of course, Intal, and very explosive scorer, can score now from the outside. He's shown a lot of that this season. Doug Kramer, always consistent on the boards, offensive rebounds, and hitting those mid-range jumpers. But will they get the ball? That's up to Macias Calona and Chris Chu to find them inside. As for these forwards of UST, they have the X factor also of creating those mismatches, and we'll see how Coach Norman Black is prepared for these forwards of UST today.
When you talk about TJ matchups, you cannot help but talk about the centers of attention for these two teams. And, well, when you talk about centers, everybody's talking about the USD center. How are you going to stop him? Is he going to be the crucial factor for USD? We're talking about Jervy Cruz. Of course, there are others there for USD and Ateneo.
Well, you got to give credit first and foremost to Aluseni and Ford Arao. They have really stepped up in terms of the expectations on them. A lot of the Ateneans were very disappointed that they did lose Japeth Aguilar this year, but these two centers really proved their worth, and they have shown what they can give to Coach Norman Black. They have been very steady defensively and on the boards. Now for USD, boy, did we get a big surprise this year with this kid, Jervy Cruz. He has really shown everybody that he is wanting to have that UAAP Rookie of the Year and MVP honors. 16.9 points per game, 12 rebounds per game. Chester Taylor also has his explosive moments here and there. He is one guy who is not afraid to tussle in the middle. But how will Ateneo stop Jervy Cruz? Can they lock him down? Can they deny him the ball? They've done it once before when they beat them. They only allowed him 1 field goal. Let's see if they can put on that kind of defense again today and in this series against Jervy Cruz.
That was their problem against Ken Bono, and let's see if Jervy Cruz will create another problem. I want to get your opinion on this one, TJ. The coaching matchup, the coaching duel between the veteran and the newbie.
Well, of course, Coach Norman Black in his second year in the league. Total numbers so far, 22 wins and 7 overall. And that, of course, includes the playoffs and the Final Four. And, of course, the rookie coach, Coach Pido Horencio, only his first year. Nobody ever thought he could bring his team this far, considering he has not coached in any level whatsoever after his career in the pros. 9-6 this year so far. Of course, that includes the playoffs and Final Four. Interestingly, yes, Coach Norman Black once coached Pido Horencio. When he was a rookie in the pros. And he was proud to say he hardly got any playing time against Coach Norman Black. Could this be payback for that? We'll see. Coach Pido coming in with a lot of momentum and no fear. And Coach Norman has got some pressure behind his back.
All right, it's time to stop talking and stop yakking and start playing basketball, as the young ones call it, or say it nowadays. It's time to bring it. Ateneo versus UST for the UAAP game number 1 of the finals, live here on Studio 23.
Your picture-perfect view of thrilling UAAP action is courtesy of Canon PowerShot. Click your way to great photos with these timely tips. Bright sun can create deep facial shadows. Eliminate the shadows by using your flash to lighten the face. Use the tripod, especially when you're taking shots under low-light conditions or trying to capture fast-moving objects. Get close. A portrait will usually be much more impressive and personal. Snappy tidbits from Studio 23. And Canon PowerShot A430 with 4 fun colors to suit your personality.
Oras may nananalo ng Sony Ericsson Walkman phone from Pepsi. Baka ikaw na ang susunod.
Only Ion has Ionics, a molecule system that will boost you to the next energy level.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about.
Bring it on, Ion.
Jesse James and Frank James, Billy Kid, all the rest. Supposed to be some bad cats out there in the West. But when they dug me and my gangster ways, they hung up their guns and made it to the grave. 'Cause I'm a gangster of love.
It's time to marvel at this week's UAAP Extraordinary Plays, fueled by Patron Extra Unleaded.
They have the numbers 4 against 3. Empress, the trailer, finishes. Nice. Gotcha with a slam. Good hustle again by Puico, keeping it alive for Nestor David and the UP Fighting Maroons. Sorongon spinning on the baseline. Nice pass, David.
You've just witnessed this week's jaw-dropping Extraordinary Plays, fueled by Patron Extra Unleaded.
Giving it up to Kramer for the long two. Got Kramer.
It's a big shot.
Ateneo keeps a 19-game winning streak against Adamson that has stood for 9 years. But more importantly, Ryan, they go to the final. Nowhere to go. USD will go to the finals, Mark. Oh! Last play. Dramatic finish for the USD Growling Tigers. A 3-on-1 for Ateneo. JC goes all the way for the Slamma-Jamma. And she's ahead. Slamma-Jamma time. Sets up Kramer for the 2. Got it. What a cold-blooded 2 by Doug Kramer. UE tracks down that rebound, but look at Kuan. Kuan setting up Cruz. Cruz puts it up and in. Chris Chu, all alone, quarter court, bang! Jojo with the shot fake. Jojo for the medium range shot, nothing there. Jervy Cruz goes to Cortez, he's blocked. Oh, what a move! Wow! By Jojo Tuncil with the foul to boot.
Boot second. Live from the big dome, the Araneta Coliseum. It's the opener in the best-of-3 series in your season 69 UAAP Finals. Please welcome the starters for the Loyola Heights-based Ateneo Blue Eagles. At guard number 5, Mackie Escalona. Guard number 17, Chris Chu. At center number 19, Rabah forward number 18, Todd Kramer. And at forward number 7, the Rocket, Tracy Intal. Head coach of the Blue Eagles, Norman Black. The starters for the Ateneo Blue Eagles, really no surprise there. That has been the consistent starting 5 for the Eagles, who are back in the finals after 4 years.
Without a doubt. Interestingly though, looking at the stats in Final Four, Intal and Escalona practically played the whole game.
For the USD now. Forward number 9, Mel Kyle. Tigers. That pretty much says it all. Mark Canlas is the wild card entry of that quintet, rather, not triumvirate, but the quintet for the UST Growling Tigers. All of them seeing postseason action for the very first time, finals action for the very first time. We forgot a matchup earlier, DJ. The crowd matchup.
Oh yeah, this is a pretty good matchup, if I may say so myself.
This probably, I was saying in the Final Four, if there's really one crowd this year that can match the dedication and passion of Ateneo all throughout the year, because Ateneo here at the Araneta Coliseum has always packed this Coliseum. UST's crowd is that crowd that can match it as Ateneo scores its first 2 points here in the finals.
Absolutely. You're talking about the crowd, you're talking about tradition. And USC is one school that loves their sports and they love their basketball team. And they are all out here in the finals, of course, to support their team.
A 3-ball to start off festivities. A man that Ateneo will have their eyes on. That bullseye target will be on the back of Jervy Cruz. They had a hard time with him in their second matchup. They had a hard time with Ken Bono in the Final Four. So this is going to be a crucial guy for Coach Norman Black.
I think one key also to stopping Jervy Cruz is their perimeter defense, because it's the guards that gets the ball to Jervy Cruz when they penetrate. Like in that last play, Japs Kuan got the help defense to react again. Jervy Cruz had a little bit of space against Aluseni, and he found the jump shot.
Chris Chu playing without the protective mask today. No distraction, so he knocks down his first 3-point shot courtesy of Sun Cellular. Better network, better value. Japs Kuan against Chris Chu. That's the matchup on defense under 9 minutes to play. Kuan, that's familiar spin. And the 3-ball courtesy of Melchor Guile.
Apparently it wasn't Canlas who started the game. It was Guile who has played in 11 games and has only seen 6 minutes of ball game. So he's a surprise guy. He is one guy I think that Coach Pido wants him to be an enforcer. Either to match up against Kramer or match up against Inta.
May pahiyang si Coach Pido dito. Konting hugot. JC, Turaba, Al-Husseini. Nothing there. Kramer for the offensive rebound. Third servings. Nothing working for Ateneo in that sequence. 3 times on the buffet table. Jojo Doncel crossing over, setting up Alan Evangelista. And this is where they got killed in that second matchup. Offensive rebounds. Jervy Cruz and the rest of that front line, including Alan Evangelista, just dominated them in the offensive rebound department.
Boom, they were out-rebounded by 22 rebounds in total. 55-33 was the rebounding count in that second game where USC beat Ateneo by 8 points. And that is key here. If there's one thing that Coach Norman Black has been saying throughout this week about this game and about the series, he feels they have to dominate the rebounds and that will fuel the running game.
6-4 is our score. Game 1 of the finals. Alan Evangelista knocks down a long 2 and he's pumped. He's juiced. And the rest of the crowd from USD, the same experience, the same feeling for them today.
What I like about USC to start off this game, they don't have any fear in their eyes. They have no worries. Yes. They don't seem like the pressure's on them at all. And that's the kind of attitude you want them to have on the court. You want them to play with nothing to lose, because that is absolutely the situation. Nobody is putting any pressure on them to bring home this bacon. And looking at our checklist for this series, or well, first of all, for this game, I feel for Ateneo, as I just mentioned a few seconds ago, Coach Norman has been saying also they need to dominate the boards and run. He has proclaimed since last year he wants to make Ateneo a running team. He has done that in the game that they beat USD 114-78. They had 23 fast break points. In the game that they lost, they had 0 fast break points. And that's a big stat. They have to dominate the boards and run.
USD is the one running early on here as Alan Evangelista shrugs away the defense, and now the lead shifts to the 4-time champions back in the 90s. They went to the finals 5 times in that decade. 4 straight championships, and then a final stint in 1999 against De La Salle. As Ateneo ties up this ball game right now, courtesy of a Mackie Escalona under goal stab.
That's Mackie Escalona for you. Not afraid to mix it up with the big guys in the paint. He loves those floaters, given the fact that he's not as big as some of the guards in the league today.
You talked about the UST Tigers not intimidated. And I think that is crucial for either team, DJ, to get off to a really good start. For UST, so that they won't show that they are intimidated. For Ateneo, so that they can impose their will early.
Exactly.
And show that they were the #1 team here in the UAAP. Let's go to Leah Cruz right now.
Thank you, Boom. Now the boys are definitely feeling the pressure of being back in the championship circuit. Before the game in the dugout, they said that they were feeling extremely nervous today, which is something that Coach Norman Black addressed by telling them that it's good to be nervous going into a big game. The thing is, if you're not prepared, this translates into fear. Now, if you are, it turns into confidence. Now we are prepared, so turn your nervousness into confidence. It's a simple game plan for Ateneo today. They still want to play their running game and push the basketball every time they have it, but to do so, they must rebound. So these things are at the top of their list today. Back to you, Boom.
Thank you very much, Leah. 6:05 remaining. Another offensive rebound given up to UST.
That is the third offensive rebound already, Boom, with barely 4 minutes gone by in this game. Coach Norman Black is already staring at his boys, wondering when they want to begin boxing out. They've just been looking at the ball and going in a jumping contest, and the energetic young guys of UST just not afraid to mix it up in the middle. Jervy Cruz with with 2 offensive rebounds already. This one by Dylan Ababu, and he picks up the foul. Goes to the line, only hits 1 though. Actually, he hit none of those.
So we're still tied at 8 under 6 minutes to play here in this first quarter of game #1 of the finals of the 69th season of the UAAP. JC and Tal with 6 on the 24. Kramer for the long 2. That's not his range.
The ball never moved, Boom. It was just there at the top of the key. No ball movement for Ateneo in that last play.
Jojo sidestepping, going back to Japskuan. Penetrates, puts it on the floor. Kramer clears the board. Christian now looking for Intal. Intal thought about it. A shot fake and a foul on Dylan Ababu. How important is it for Ateneo also to find their range from the outside, knowing that they're not a three-point shooting team and they're being out-rebounded by UST? That's a question that DJ want you to address when we come back from our first timeout of the ball game. As expected, both teams going at it early here in the first. We are knotted at 8, the second deadlock of the ball game. This is the finals on Studio 23.
Relax. Loosen up. Dream of crisp wafers and luscious chocolate. And break away. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
Visa Debit, you can pay direct from your own bank account, wherever Visa is accepted. At supermarkets, cafes, almost anywhere. Visa Debit, all it takes to access your own money.
New Gatorade Pink Lemonade rehydrates, replenishes, and refuels better than water. Do more, burn more. Gatorade, is it in you?
First day of school, handa na ba kayo? First day high! Nasasabi sa unang araw ng eskwela. Taas kamay with confidence. Let's go the first day high! Umaabaw sa talino. Kung mayaman si Papa. Pag mahilig ka sa sports. To the every high! Kung cool fantastic. To the rebel high! Pag solid sa pain. To the nice guy high! Itaas ang kamay with confidence. Basta Red Sox from Unilever to!
You're on an MVP high at the UAAP Games thanks to Rexona First Day High. Taas kamay with confidence. Basta Rexona.
Welcome back to the Araneta Coliseum for game #1 of the finals between Ateneo and UST. We talked about Ateneo earlier, DJ. Let's talk about UST.
Well, the things I think are very crucial for UST, of course, #1 is create mismatches. Why? Because they've got a big team. 2, deny Ateneo's running game. Consistent transition defense is very crucial for UST. Now, looking at the mismatches that they can create, Coach Norman Black himself said our height advantage is negated by the size of their guards. They have a big guard line, a big guys like Evangelista, Ababu, Dunsel. They are big for their size, for their positions, and they play even bigger on the court. And when that creates the mismatches, that's when help defense comes. And when the help defense comes, you're going to find Jerby Cruz just lingering under the basket, getting those drop passes. Secondly, you know Ateneo wants to run. You know they're going to keep trying to run. And for USD to have a methodical execution of their transition defense, they got to get back. So far, they've been doing a pretty decent job at that.
More on USD with Donna Liabres right now.
Who would have thought the USD Growling Tigers could make it to the championship? You know what? Coach Pino is still our Jedi Master that will never say die. Still keeps the bond of the team, and he knows that we can make it to the championship. You know what? The team hadn't really practiced for 2 days, and if you look at them, they look pretty flashy and totally in good condition. Today, the team wished to play serious but fun with Ateneo Blue Eagles. No pressure for the team, said the coaches. If we win today, we dedicate it to the USD community. We feel one in the games, and now we are one for the championship. Back to you, Boo.
Thank you very much, Donna. They're on the run right now. They're in the lead, 10-8, courtesy of Alan Evangelista. Jojo Dunsel again with that shot fake. Jap squad forces his way through. And Chris Chu probably will be called for a foul. I had a question for you earlier about the three-point shooting. Knowing that Ateneo doesn't really go to that weapon, they're shooting 16.7% from beyond the arc. But against USD, against that very versatile, athletic front line of USD, will that be a key factor here?
I think they'll have to get it going early on. You don't want to have to look for it late in the game when USC will make their adjustments. They'll deny Kramer the ball. They'll deny Intales penetrations. They'll deny the rebounds or the offensive rebounds of Kramer and Husseini. If this situation gives it, if it's there, I think they should take it. I think Chris Chu should take his shots. I think Intal should take his outside shots. Even Escalona also. It's something that has saved them in the past with Chris Chu hitting that big one against Adamson before, and you can't discount the fact that it is a pretty good percentage. Chris Chu's got almost 40% from beyond the arc.
Yes. And he nailed one earlier. They're actually 2 out of 2. Intala himself from the 3, while USD is 0 out of 2 from that area. Now, second personal foul on Alan Evangelista. Now, that's important because Cruz and Evangelista have combined for 5 out of 7 shooting early here. 0 out of 3 for the rest of the team. And Alan Evangelista, his last year for the Growling Tigers.
He is the veteran. And in fact, we were mentioning earlier about mismatches. He was being guarded by Kramer. And Kramer kept giving him the distance, the chance to take the outside shot because he's wary of Evangelista's speed. And that's what we were mentioning about having mismatches on the offense. He had 2 outside shots with Kramer giving him 6 feet of room.
That's why when you talk about, USD and the forwards earlier, sometimes you can see that they're shooting guards or they're 2 guards, talking about Alan and Jojo and the rest of the guys. As you saw that banner there, it's a huge banner here at the Araneta Coliseum. 4 titles in the 90s. The last was 1996. And then they went back to the finals in 1999 against La Salle. They lost 96 at 69. That is their, they want to relive the glory of 1996. Coach Eric Del Rosario, the architect, of course, of that 4-peat. 4 minutes to play, 15 on the 24. Cruz again goes back door and another second chance point. This time, Chester Taylor.
They are just so active on the boards. Boom, USD, whenever a shot is taken, they're not just being complacent and think it's going to go in. They're going to go for those boards.
Al-Husseini has not found a stroke from medium range. Intal taking over, but a traveling infraction called on the Rocket.
Took one extra step going for that jumper. USD still with this. Is it 4 or 5? Right? Looking at the main scoreboard up here, we got a 4-point lead for USD, 13-9.
3 offensive rebounds for USD has produced 4 second chance points. None for Ateneo on 2 offensive rebounds. That was earlier in the game. The score is 13-9. That's the official score. 3:25 to play. Cruz bodied up by Ford Arau.
Well, he's got instructions to deny the ball to Jerby Cruz. He's denying him, half-fronting him, in fact. Just a little too much activity with his arms there. And Ateneo already in the penalty.
Cruz
Jervy will have 2 free throws as Coach Pido. You see him right there giving some
there was
very practical instructions.
And there was a little light moment while he was lifting the hand of some player, may tinamaan na ibang player, pati siya natawa. And that's, that's a good sign for the simple reason that, as serious as this finals is to him, they're having fun and they're not playing with so much pressure. You mentioned that. You see it in their faces. They're here not to be puppets, not to be the other team. They're here to try to compete and to win. As you see them again, Collar, another offensive rebound.
Courtesy of Espiritu, who tapped that ball out, and Jervy Cruz Collar the rebound.
And they go back to the well. But Anthony Espiritu overshoots that one. Tunsil recovering. He doesn't realize there's no fresh shot clock. Tunsil, ball taken away. Intal will go all the way, baby. The Slimma Gemma from the Rocket.
And that could be just what Ateneo needs to boost their momentum here. One big slam by JC Intal could provide them a big rush and make this push here in the end of this first quarter. Let's see how Ateneo can follow up with that one.
They go to the well with Jervy Cruz. Snapshot, the stroke for Jervy Cruz. That's something that he has proven all throughout season 69. You give him that little separation, he'll knock it down.
Jervy Cruz and Evangelista have been taking their jump shots at will so far.
And Al Husseini, in the meantime, has not found the target yet. A foul from behind from Maki Escalona. One, coaches would always say that's such a risky move. One, naiwanan ka na sa depensa. Pangalawa, you will not be given the benefit of the doubt
worse, you're in penalty right now, so there's 2 free throws.
Here's our cannon power shot fast break as Intal flushes it down to bring them closer to 4 points. USD in the lead. Here, game number 1.
The votes are in. JC Intal is the Gillette Factor Plus Breakout Player 2006. Meet the man who has stepped up his game to superstar status, raising his scoring average from last year. He's grown his skill and maturity all season long with more back-breaking slams and clutch shots. He has helped lead his team to the top of the standings. Congratulations to JC for his breakout performance in UAAP Season 69. Just like him, it's time to step up, look good, play better with Gillette Factor Plus. This is it. Introducing your first day high UAAP icons.
I'm Chris Tew, playing shooting guard for the Ateneo Blue Eagles.
Chris Tew puts up the 3 and gets it to go.
I'm a brainy high because I prioritize my studies. I play basketball just for fun. I enjoy getting really high grades in exams, especially in the very difficult subjects. Miss Nice Girl gives me a high. Girls who are understanding. Someone who can understand me despite my busy schedule.
Hang around for more UAAP icons doing their Rexona first day high. Season pass to the UAAP games is courtesy of PS Bank Passbook Savings Account.
Welcome back to our coverage for game number 1 of the finals of the UAAP. The matchup between the 2 guards, Jojo Dunsil and Chris Tew.
Nice numbers for both these players, but the interesting difference is one guy looks for his points, the other guy gets it just by playing his role, playing within the system. And we'll see, they are both very crucial factors today.
Chris Cantonos, Dennis Espino, part of the 4-beat was Chris Cantonos.
Yes.
All those years pala, sabi sa akin ni Mark.
Pasok sa playing years niya.
Richard Yee, part of that group there behind the bench. IT Cyrus Baguio, Dino Gelig, they're all there. I think, as we see, Paulo Bugia, Jack Chia, Wesley Gonzalez, Olsen Rosella, L.A. Tenorio from the Ateneo camp. Gilbert Lau also is here for...
Oreta's there too.
Oreta, nandiyan. All in attendance. They all come out for this Sunday showdown. As expected, UST again dominating the boards early with 10 rebounds.
10-6. And looking at the 2 games they played, Boom, on the average, UST out-rebounded Ateneo 50 to 42. That's how big the discrepancy was in terms of rebounding average. That's Mac Macua. No, he's not here for LaSalle. Of course,
what about Bobby Jose?
At UST yan.
Tama, UST yan. Tagal na natin di nakikita yan. What an explosive scorer that guy was, Bobby Jose. Gerald Francisco, Joseph Yo here at the Araneta Coliseum. UST 1 out of 8 from the free throw line, while Ateneo is 2 out of 3. Make that 2 out of 4 from the free throw line so far. Of those 10 rebounds of UST, 6 were offensive. And now Jai Reyes steps in for Maki Escalona. Zion Later, one of the better rebounders and help defenders, I was just about to say, for Ateneo.
Shows why he
always sees minutes for Coach Norman Black. This guy flies all over the place and obviously plays with a lot of thinking while playing, whether it's on offense or on defense.
He's a thinking hustler.
Yes.
Let's put it that way. There are a lot of guys who hustle, but not always they're the smartest player on the floor. But Later is one of those kind of players.
Espiritu puts it up. Look at Jai Reyes in the middle of Zion.
Helping out.
Hey, if that's what it takes.
It's got to take that.
Right?
They do have to crash those boards as a team and gang rebound.
Chris Chu for the 3 and he gets it to go. Chris Chu is on the mark early on. 7 points, 2 triples for Chris Chu here for Ateneo. And now we are tied at 15, the third deadlock of the ballgame. Jervy Cruz blocked by Chris Chu on the help defense. Intal goes to Chris. Chris makes space for himself. Nothing there. Later tries to put it back. But Jervy Cruz collars his 3rd rebound of the ballgame.
Pretty good transition defense there for UST. Not allowing an easy fast break for the White Shirts. But here they come again.
Turnover for UST. Chris Chu attacks Jervy Cruz. He falls down. Fordado picks it up. Spins. Nowhere to go. Chris Chu puts it up and in. It's one thing to be good. It's another thing to be lucky.
Yep, and Chu showing the energy here. Showing the aggressiveness to score. We mentioned him at the matchups. We were saying one guy who looks for his points and the other guy who plays within the system. And just when we say it, it's Chris Chu looking for his points now, coming off the timeout, off the pick and roll, pop up with a 3. Going for those attacks in the fast break also.
Well, the finals sometimes, DJ, changes people because of the urgency of, the situation sometimes. Yep. And Chris Chu knows probably, the veteran that he is also, that there are times that you really just have to initiate something.
And I for one, believe in the offensive capabilities of Chris Chu.
Yes.
I've seen this kid since high school.
Yes.
I've coached against him in high school. He is an explosive scorer. And interestingly, when he came into Ateneo, he played his role. He earned his minutes, he earned his spurs. But this is a time where he can shine. This is a time where he can take the lead and really take some big shots for Ateneo.
3 seconds for a last play and the last heave. And Jai Reyes for the teardrop to end our first quarter, the first 10 minutes after a hot start for the USD Growling Tigers. The Ateneo Blue Eagles, courtesy of Chris Chu, come back and reclaim the lead, 19-15. Chris Chu, the man of the moment, making it happen, setting up things for Ateneo, making things happen. 9 points for him as we feature our Nokia Best Player of the Quarter. The assist from Chris Chu. Jai Reyes caps off an 8-0 run by Ateneo to end the first quarter. This is game number 1 of the finals for the UAAP Championship Trophy here on Studio 23.
Catch all the right moves at the UAAP games with Gillette Vector Plus. Look good, play better.
Ba't magpapaka-hassle? May madali naman. Ba't mas mabagal kung may mabilis? Dahil ngayon, there's new Vector Plus mula sa Gillette. Angat sa mga traditional na razors. Kasi ang Vector Plus, may 2 blades at pivoting head. Kaya sa bawat hagod, doble ang ahit. May push clean button pa. Wala nang mess. Subukan na kung gaano kadali mag-ahit with new Vector Plus mula sa Gillette. Gillette Vector Plus, now 30% off. May money back guarantee pa.
this time together, we can get to know. Love is from now and forever. Love is waking up too soon.
What love keeps together, morning breath can keep apart. So tonight, gargle with OraCare. Its breakthrough stabilized chlorine dioxide gets rid of strong odors all over the mouth, even as you sleep.
Nothing can keep us apart. You're always in my heart.
Keep your breath fresh and your love alive with OraCare.
Soothe your mind and body with one tea, brewed from real tea leaves. Relaxing. One tea. Get the right one.
I think we've a creamoholic in custody. His DNA is all over that rich chocolate.
Mahuhu ka talaga sa chocolatey goodness ng Cremo. Admit it, you're a certified creamoholic.
Looks like another creamoholic. The cookie enrobed in rich chocolate is covered with his prints.
Mahuhu ka talaga sa chocolatey goodness ng Cremo Premium. Admit it, you're a certified creamoholic.
Jesse James and Frank James, Billy Kid, all the rest. Supposed to be some bad cats out there in the West. But when they dug me and my gangster ways, they hung up their guns and made it to the grave. 'Cause I'm a gangster of love.
Sports life becomes fun and exciting at the UAAP Games. With Jack and Jill, life's fun.
Welcome back to the UAAP on Studio 23, game number 1. This is the second quarter. We are underway from the Big Dome. Boone Gonzalez together with DJ Barota for ABS-CBN Sports. 8-0 run to cap off the first quarter for Ateneo. Chris Chu, 6 points of the 8 points that they scored. Jai Reyes capping it off with an amazing teardrop, and now they're in the lead 19-15.
Take note, that run started with a slam dunk of JC Intal that really boosted their momentum. And look at this 3-point field goal shooting. You mentioned they're a lousy 3-point shooting.
16.7.
Well, not today. They are 3 out of 3 as compared to USD 0 for 4 so far from beyond the arc.
Dalawa doon, TJ, kay Chris Chu, who is shooting over 40% from the 3-point area. But again, second chance points, offensive rebounds.
Well, they love to commit the help defense. Kramer tried to go for the block there in the drive of Cortez, and nobody went to his man, which was Chester Taylor. So the guys in the perimeter would have to drop down. As you see Kramer taking this one back from the other white boy on the floor. That's Chester Taylor.
DJ, this looks like a weird lineup for UST. With Aliera, Taylor, and Mark Cadlas there. Although UST has always been a versatile team here in season 69.
Well, at least you got Dunsil there, who is one of the leaders on this team, and he is one of the scorers that can create things there on the floor. But you're right, Taylor, Aliera, and
Cadlas.
Cadlas rarely see action all at the same time.
That's a foul call. On Eric Salamat to the shock of Coach Norman Black. And the rest of the crowd here at the Araneta Coliseum wearing blue.
Check out the feet of Salamat and see if he was established there. No, he was sliding. Good call. Very sharp call. Yes. Hard to call that.
And here's the reaction.
Even the reactions have instant replay. Yes. Very close call.
We catch everything, don't we? Dunsil for the medium range jumper. Nothing there. Kramer. And a foul, an unsportsmanlike foul on Chester Taylor.
Sharp eyes by the refs here, seeing that action away from the ball.
Dito magkakaproblema yan, TJ. UST again in the finals for the very first time. All of these players, di pa napapaspasan. Right. Although they have continued to really battle the odds and exceed expectations. Finals just a different monster sometimes, and you gotta be able to refocus and keep your cool.
The only ones on the floor in the game who have seen this situation before for Ateneo, there's 3 players in particular. Scalona, Ford Arau, and JC Intal. Kramer, Scalona, and look at this. Here's that unsportsmanlike foul.
Martin Kimson and Chester Taylor.
Hard to see from that angle. Looks like Kimson, who was the one who made the first motion.
Pareho sila nagigiryan,
Yeah.
And the second motion, yun talaga yung nahuhuli.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately for some of these players. This is, by the way, let's check in first with Donna Llabres for this important report from USD. Donna?
Yes, Boom. I would want to believe that I'm not the only one nervous in the court side of USC. But you know what? Back in the huddle, the team is just feeling so easy and they've got time to smile at me. Coach Pino said it's all right to be confident, but not too much. We had a pretty good practice and it went very hard. All we have to do now is to carry on what was planned and concentrate on the defense. Boom, we don't only have famous players from the USC and the side of the court. I heard that several benches back in the 87 are here too to support the Tigers. Back to you, Boom.
I'm sure marami yan dyan. Ito, nagkakasikuhan na si Cruz tsaka si Kramer at natawagan si Kramer his second personal foul. You know, this resurgence of USD in this season has really brought out a lot of the former USD players and celebrities who have come from that school. That's what it does.
And in fact, at the post-game interviews, Coach Pido Horencio himself said one of his goals this year was to bring the glory back to the school, bring the alumni back in
the interest
activity. They want them there, very active. Look at this inside pass to Cruz. Got away.
Nothing there. Let's go to Leah Cruz this time. Leah.
Thank you, Boom. Now the major problem of the Blue Eagles in the first quarter was the fact that they gave up too many offensive rebounds to USD. Coach Herman Black urged his boys time and time again to get to the board. Now they've done a better job these past few minutes, but he still continued to stress how important it is for everyone on the floor to rebound. Back to you, Boom.
Thank you very much. Well, they gave up 5 offensive rebounds in that first quarter, but their three-point shooting is humming today. TJ, as Jai Reyes now contributes a 3-ball.
And what you like about it, if you're an Ateneo fan, is that they are looking for their shots. They're not settling for the kick-out pass. They're not taking those shots when the shot clock is winding down. They're getting the screens, they're getting the slight separation, and they're looking for their outside shots.
Jai pulling back, nowhere to go. He left his feet. Cruz is ahead. Duncil takes it and goes all the way. Cruz picks it up, and the return by Zion Later. Eric Salamat twirls, adjusts. An offensive foul called. Hawi.
Sharp call again by the ref, but amazing courage from Eric Salamat, who barely stands 5'9".
That's an offensive foul, a second foul on him. Earlier, the block, I think we saw Mr. Ronnie Albao in the 2nd District of Leyte earlier on. What? A denial by Zion Later. An elbow by Cruz, not seen by the referee. The block again, but USD just is relentless when it comes to the boards.
Well, they're just always hanging around, hanging in there, making sure they're available for those offensive rebounds.
The good thing, though, for Ateneo, if you are rooting for them, is at least they're not giving it up so easily as they see Martin Kimson free underneath and a foul given up by Anthony Espiritu.
Jai Reyes has come into this game very, very sharp. He's not just on the floor to keep things steady, to keep the activity on the floor offensively, defensively. He's been looking for his shots. He's been aggressive in creating situations for his teammates. Escalona didn't make the similar kind of an impact at the start of the game. Of course, USD was leading and they were having a hard time to get the rhythm going. But Jai Reyes, since he hit that floater earlier, his confidence has seemed to have boosted a couple of notches here in the second quarter, and he has led the Blue Eagles attack here in this second quarter.
Well, this guy's used to the finals, even at the juniors. So he's used to a raucous crowd. Of course, seniors a totally different scenario, but hey, he's showing that he's backing up Mackie Escalona today with full confidence. 28-21, coming up the 6-minute mark of our first half. Another foul is called, and the cross screens, the down picks.
A lot of calls away from the ball.
Senator Dick Gordon disappointed with that call, but I'm sure not disappointed with the lead that they have at 28-21. First meeting ever of USD and Ateneo in a UAAP final. We'll go back in history a little later on, but in the meantime, let's get back to this game. And a foul called on Salamat. That is his 3rd personal as he hand-checked Jojo Duncil. Now, the last time that Ateneo and USD met for a men's seniors basketball championship was 75 years ago. Ibanez on your screen. graduate from UST? 1931 in the NCAA was the last time. We'll talk more about that in the meantime. With 5:57 remaining, Jai Reyes coming in off the bench, contributing 5 points and a triple to boot for that 7-point lead. 28-21, you're watching game number 1 of the UAAP Finals on Studio 23.
The votes are in. JC Inbound is the Gillette Factor Plus Breakout Player 2006. Meet the man who has stepped up his game to superstar status. Raising his scoring average from last year. He's grown in skill and maturity all season long. With more back-breaking slams and clutch shots, he has helped lead his team to the top of the standings. Congratulations to JC for his breakout performance in UAAP Season 69. Just like him, it's time to step up. Look good, way better with Gillette Factor Plus.
When you're in that zone, everything becomes effortless. The game slows down. You basically let your instincts take over. I think it's something that you can definitely train yourself to get into.
81 points! Unbelievable!
Sun Cellular keeps getting better day by day. Now powered to accommodate more subscribers, more calls, more texts, and muscled up with 24/7. The more I use it, the better it gets.
Wherever I go, inspiration follows. Good thing, Sun's expanding coverage keeps me in touch with my team. And with 24/7, Sun lets me brainstorm with them without limits. Wherever inspiration takes me, Sun is there with me.
Load up on exciting UAAP action with Sun Cellular. Better network, better value.
Welcome back to the Araneta Coliseum, and of course we would like to remind you about our 2006 Bantay Bata 163 All-Star Game between the UAAP and the NCAA. October 7, and those are the events: the Juniors All-Star, side events, Seniors All-Star. We're in, you will see Yusuf Al-Jamal and Sam Ekwe of the newly crowned San Beda Red Lions for the NCAA champions. There will be the three-point shootout, of course, and the slam dunk competition, and I have to correct myself. I confused Warren Ibanez with Warren de Guzman. That was Warren de Guzman that we focused earlier from UST, not Warren Ibanez. My apologies to the UST community. Do you get the sense, TJ, that this is still like a calm before the storm? This crowd has really not gotten into it. Yes, they've cheered, but it hasn't gone nuts yet. It hasn't gone ballistic yet.
They haven't broken the decibel gauge here. I mean, they can be louder.
And yet you can, yes, and yet you can see that in terms of the number, this is more than ever here at season 69. Reyes short on that three. Raba Al-Husseini, Mark Canlas rolled over, and you know what that means. That's a traveling infraction.
Or a jump ball. That goes away.
Oh, okay.
Ateneo.
Because the possession arrow points to Ateneo at the 5:35 mark. 28-22.
Well, Ateneo has took control of this lead here in the second quarter, but so far UST has not allowed them to break away. They've been hanging in there.
Two-point guard set up for Coach Norman Black. Jai Reyes and Maki Escalona.
Wow.
The assist again by Jai, and again him making it happen. TJ, your point.
Hindi pa nga siya nilabas. Bumalik na si Escalona. Coach Norman realized how well and how confident Jai is playing. He kept keeping him in there. Tinitiis pa nga ni Coach Norman yung small lineup.
Yes.
Imagine how small they are with Escalona and Jai Reyes on the floor at the same time.
Here's a problem for UST. The crowd was cheering because that was the third personal for Alan Evangelista, who just stepped back in.
Ouch. He only played well in the first quarter.
6 points, 3 out of 5 field goals now with 3 personal fouls and a few minutes of play only here in game number 1. The ball will remain with Ateneo. 17 seconds on the 24. Ateneo shooting 2 out of 4 from the field, 4 out of 4 from the free throw line. No free throws for UST. 3 blocks, nothing for UST. Jai coming off a pick. Another pick set up by Raba. He doesn't take it. 7 on the 24 on the 5-minute mark of our second quarter. Reyes sends it out. Escalona with a teardrop. And Juan comes down with a rebound.
That's the difference of a Jai Reyes and a Maki Escalona. If that were Jai Reyes who got the kick-out pass, or a Chris Chu, he'd take the three-point shot.
Dylan Ababu is blocked and fouled.
Take note the foul situation. Ateneo has been in the penalty since the 5:50 mark. UST still only with 3 team fouls.
A foul called on Zion Later on the help defense. Chris Chu now back in the ballgame for Jai Reyes.
And the slide, Dylan Ababu.
Dylan Ababu will take 2 free throws from the 15th parallel line.
The former RP Youth standout Dylan Ababu has matured pretty well here with Coach Pido's team. Only his second year, if I'm not mistaken, right? In the UAAP.
Yes. 28-24, the Tigers, full force. Today here at the Araneta Coliseum. Watching us live on Studio 23. For those watching us in the evening, the replay on Channel 26 of Sky Cable. Good evening to you. And for those of you watching us all over the world at TFC, good day. And thanks for watching. A foul is called on Dylan Ababu, who floors Chris Chu. And every time he goes down on the floor, everybody from Ateneo, they hold their breath for a while because of that nose injury.
That's right, that's right. We're hoping that there's no contact on the face of Chris Chu, as you see Evangelista riding the bench with
3 personal fouls after a hot start of shooting 3 out of 5 from the field. Chu. Zion could not handle the pass. Jojo Duncil has been quiet, TJ, here in this game. Juan goes down to Jervy, turning around. That's unstoppable for Jervy Cruz.
And he's so quick to attack to where the help defense is not. He saw the help defense crowding the middle, went baseline very quickly, and got that slight bump to get Al Husseini off balance.
That's why you know it's not just pure skill for Jervy Cruz. The guy is really thinking also while he's there.
And one thing I've noticed throughout the season is Jervy Cruz is one of those guys who knows how to avoid the offensive fouls. Magbabangga siya, tama lang, spotting bangga lang just to create the space and he'll get the separation. He's a wide body and he gets his shots because of that. And in fact, Coach Pido Horencio, after the game against UE, he said, this guy is like a Benji Paras and Patrimonio combined.
Exactly. Well, 27 points, 18 rebounds after that game.
Amazing.
And the footwork, I've said that all season long. Right. The footwork. He doesn't also hold on to the ball for a very long time. If he knows he doesn't have the advantage, he kicks it out. If he does, he moves quickly.
Exactly. You know, it's interesting the story of this guy. I haven't verified it myself, but we've got reports that he rode the training team bench for 3 years.
You know why?
Because of his weight?
His weight. He was overweight.
Okay, and he trimmed down this year with Coach Pido Horencio's system and finally cracked the lineup. And oh boy, what a way to make it. Look at Duncil get away.
Just could not get it to drop. Escalona crossing over, 3-on-3. Zion nowhere to go, and a turnover, but Escalona takes it back, throws it away, and it hits the shot clock. So that's an automatic turnover.
And that right there is a pretty good example of how UST has been quite consistent with their transition defense. They're not just going down. They're going down and matching up right away. You know, they're making sure that they don't give Ateneo the lane.
5 turnovers for Ateneo in this quarter. 4 points off those turnovers. Let's see if they will add on to that with a Jojo Duncil medium-range shot. Duncil still struggling. Jervy Cruz puts it up and in with a lot of authority. Wow. Jervy Cruz has masterminded another comeback. 5 out of 8 shooting from the field. He's covering for Jojo Duncil's struggles here in the first half. 29-28. USD now down only by 1.
Your easy access to slam and jam excitement at the UAAP games is courtesy of Converse, the first school.
And down to the floor is Dwayne Wade.
Believe in love with Sara Geronimo. Then get Club Z items for only 5 pesos per day. Just text S1 for monotone, S2 for polytone, and send to 288. Believe in love with Sara Geronimo. Then get Club Z items for only 5 pesos per day. Just text S1 for monotone, S2 for polytone, and send to 288.
Nandito na si Kiko at si Big Boy. Nandito rin si Chito, magsamagsama dito. Ito na, astig ang pisa, dinari like this, nagkapunda. Panginoon, hindi siya sikunda. Bago magsimula, makakaskas na maganda. Madulas ang rampa, wala nang harap sa aking mundo. Way up of the way! Woo! Buti na lang!
Your picture-perfect view of thrilling UAAP action is courtesy of Canon PowerShot.
Welcome back to the Big Dome, the venue for game number 1 between the Blue Eagles and the Growling Tigers. And as expected, it's a dogfight at the 29-28 count. 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Jervy Cruz starring again here for USD. How about this? If he scores 20 or more points, USD is 5-0 this season. 18 points or less, they are 4-6. And in this game, he is shooting 5 out of 8, as we mentioned. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 5 out of those rebounds offensive.
Wow. Amazing. Continues to amaze us every step of the way.
And this is the finals, huh?
Yep. Time to step up, and he has been doing that. As much as we sportscasters hate to say that phrase over and over again.
No sign of jitters for Jervy Cruz.
None at all, none at all.
JC overshoots. Kimson putting it back. Oh, that he wanted. You know he wanted that offensive rebound.
Well, that's his specialty. Finding good position, getting those aggressive offensive rebounds and putting it right back in there.
Anthony Espiritu gets the step on JC Intal.
Those are the mismatches we were talking about at the start of the game.
Oh, you should have seen Pido Arecho's reaction. He ran and jumped all the way towards the end of that bench like he was a player.
Well, you know, athleticism-wise, I think these guys match up very well. And I'd give the speed a bit to Espiritu. Look at that. Getting it right back. It's a one-on-one duel between Intal and Espiritu in the last couple of plays.
How about climbing the ladder and scooping it right in? Linagay. Itong si JC Intal and Anthony Espiritu trying to get back at him. Anthony gets that pick, pulls up for the medium range, off the back iron. Wow. Jervy with the offensive rebound, but he puts it down. JC Intal sees Escalona on the other side. No! Too much muscle in that shot. Chris Hsu egging his teammates to get back on defense. Kuan trying to take control. 1:40 remaining in the first half of game number 1. 12 on a 24 with Espiritu on a 1-4 play. Espiritu pulls up for the 3. Gets it to go!
Wow! Talk about playing with no fear. This guy's smiling. He's having fun on the court.
In your face! A cold-blooded 3, and now it's JC Intal's third. JC on the 1-1 move. It's become an ego ball game now. JC double team on him. He puts up the 3. Nothing there. Maybe not the play you want if you're Ateneo, TJ.
Well, UST is in the penalty and you're winding down the clock. You want to go straight to the basket. Look at this big 3 from beyond the pro line.
35.7% for Anthony Espiritu and a Sun Cellular 3. Better network, better value. Look at that crowd from the USD side of things. We are tied at 30. Our 4th deadlock on the ball game. Espiritu sees the lane, scoops it up, nothing there, and Arao takes the retrieval.
One of a rare big rebounds, unmolested for Ateneo there. Good boxing out that time by the white shirts.
40 seconds remaining here in the first half. That, by the way, was the first 3-point shot of USD. Escalona gets away. Arao is blocked and denied by Jervy Cruz. Here comes Japs Kuan. And the race was won by Japs. And Ateneo's looking to attack right away, courtesy of Maki Escalona, and a preemptive foul called on Mark Canlas.
Well, normally you'd say that's a good foul to not give the momentum on the fast break, but then again, they are in the penalty. And that will give 2 free throws to Maki Escalona, who very smartly attacked right away. Check out this big block.
Aro did not see it coming, and here comes Chaps Kuan. Is there anybody quicker than this guy here between these two teams? And our cannon power shot fast break. And on the line, Maki Escalona, who is struggling, as you mentioned, 1 out of 5 from the field, only 2 points for him. The starting point guard for the Ateneo Blue Eagles. We used to back up L.A. Tenorio in the previous teams for Ateneo. 35-34 now. And we're back tied for our 5th deadlock of the ball game. 20 seconds and USD will milk this clock for what it's worth. So far, this game has been as good as advertised. Bunsil, who has struggled here on the floor. Jervy gives it back to Anthony. Stutters, puts it up, nothing there. Intal throws it up. And that will do it for our first half. No quarters given, none taken, and Coach Pido happy with the results so far of this first 20 minutes of game number 1 of the finals for the UAAP here at the Araneta Coliseum as we give you our Nokia best play of the quarter. It has been Anthony Espiritu who gets the step on JC Intal. Anthony Espiritu with 5 points, all here in the second quarter. And it's going to be a battle. And you've got the best seats in the house watching us live on Studio 23. The first time that Ateneo and USD meeting here in the finals of the UAAP. We'll be back with our halftime show here at the Big Dome. Stay with us, please.